Oh shit. Here we go again.
Welcome back to another video, you guys. You guys see, I finally have a microphone. I'm still messing with the settings, so if it doesn't come out the best audio, I'm sorry. But it should be way better than before. My phone microphone was messed up. But enough yapping about that. Today, we have the Lexus in here. I already got the wheel taken off and stuff, but you saw in the title, we're finally going to be able to lower this thing. Right over here, I have our front upper control arms from RR Racing. I have to pack it up. RR Racing, shout out to them. I got front and rear from them. Yeah, but this is the baby. So if you guys see, it's not too hard. It's 2 bolts in the front, well 3, including the bolt right there. Let me get you guys some light. Watch. So as you see, just 3 bolts. 1 right there on the front control arm, and then 2 back there in there. And pop off those bolts, and then replace it with boop. Hopefully, that's how that goes. But before we get started with all that, make sure you guys like and subscribe to this video and subscribe. You didn't have to cut me off. Before we get started, make sure you guys like the video and subscribe to the channel, and make sure you guys post notifications on. We don't talk about that little bleep I had, okay? We just don't. Oh, also another thing. Currently we have the RSX, you guys, sitting up over here. It's covered. I actually do have a video coming out on doing the fuel pump on this thing. But we also found a couple other things. Yeah, it might be a little more a hassle to get this thing started than I thought. I actually have this thing torn back apart. This is the let's see.
Alright, you guys, so actually I lost microphone audio for like this entire clip here, so I'm sorry about this. This is just a voiceover. I'm not really good at these, if you can tell. But basically here I'm just explaining everything you have to take off the cotter pin to get to the 18 bolt or nut holding on the upper control arm. But right here you guys see me taking it out. Don't mind my head, just don't mind that. It is it's like bent around the bolt, by the way, so it could be a little hard to get out sometimes. Once that is out, you will be able to get your drill at 18 on there. As you guys see, I found 18. Once you break a nut off, you're gonna have to use a hammer to actually get the upper control arm out of the spindle. And once you do that, you can just lay it to the side, which is gonna do real soon. It might take a couple hits. After you do all that, there's 2 14s in the back. These were actually not very tight, but once you loosen these, the control arm will just kind of flop down on you. Not very hard, but it will just kind of flop.
Alright, you guys, so we got the old one out. There's the new one. SPC. I don't want to grab it yet because my hands is like completely, hold on, swap, completely different colors. But it really is that simple as just 2 bolts in the back, 1 in the front, swap it over to the side. The front's going to be the easiest part. Now, what I hear is the rear is going to be the hardest part. So, you know, I'm going to get the new one put in, show you guys how to do it. It's pretty much everything we just did, vice versa. I'm going to do this side, I'm going to do the other side. I'm not going to show you guys me doing the other side because, well, it's just copy and paste to the other side, obviously. But once I'm done doing that, I'll cut and we'll get to the rears. That one's going to be our fun one, so it's really hope and pray we can do that right. But for now, let's get to these. So these are adjustable, obviously. You know, you can adjust the camber and stuff. I'm gonna mess around on the first try. I'm gonna just maximize the camber, see what it looks like, and then yeah, I'll let you guys will see what it's like after that. But let's get these things put on, put some gloves on, so I don't mess them up and get them dirty. Yeah. All right, you guys. So as you see, I got this one lowered down to here. Do the same with this one and the other one for the other side. Doing that so they're all pretty much lined up when I put this back on. If I don't like the camber that's first set on this, I would take it back and adjust it. And if I do have to adjust, I'll show you guys the adjustment part. Hopefully you're able to adjust these on the car. I do not know. Hopefully you can, but now that that's done. Oh, you do adjust them. It's from the back. Okay, so that's cool. There's the adjustment right there. I didn't notice that. Oh, that's cool. Okay. That makes this seem so much easier. But, oh man, how easy this is going to be. Boom. Alright. That one on. Whew. Probably would have sped this up because, honestly, it took a minute. It was a struggle. It was a struggle, I'm not going to lie. Damn, that looks good in there. It looks like it's net. I'm not going to hold you. Alright, y'all, we're back to crappy foam. I have my mics charging. They both died. I left them running too long on accident. I got caught up and had to help my family with something. But, as you guys see, it's put in. Nut. Remember when you install these, do not forget this pin. Because remember, what this pin does is prevents this nut from backing out and causing your control arm to separate from your spindle or the knuckle. Well, the knuckle goes to the spindle, but you know what I mean. But simple as that. You just slide this in until it comes out the other side. As you see, it's starting to come out, and boom, it's through. Now you can bend it. I usually do. I usually bend the little one, shortest one. I usually bend like upwards or something, so it's not so easy to slip back out. Because you see, I can easily just slip it too. So yeah. Same thing on the other side you're gonna do, but let's get to the rear now. Now that we got the car lifted up, wheels off. So I have a light in here. I learned from a mistake with the front. You know, it was a little dark. I don't know if you guys were able to see the best or the clearest in that video, but this one too looks pretty simple. It's really hard because normally you would have your spring right there, and that spring covers that entire area right there where that nut is. Which is the reason why you're supposed to technically lower either the cradle or your sub
but I'm not doing all that. So luckily I have the coilovers already installed, so it makes this easier for me. But it's just a bolt and a nut combination in the front and in the back there. See, there's your nut, your bolts over there. The sizes that they are, I am not completely sure actually. I will have to see what size they are, and yeah. But if you use the right wrench combination or ratchet, whatever you want to use, well, actually I think it's best to use a wrench and yeah, probably just a wrench and a ratchet are your best options, because your top hat for your spring sits right there, so you don't really have a whole bunch of room where that nut is. So obviously you'll put your wrench there, ratchet on the actual bolt. But I'm gonna go figure out what sizes these are, I guess, and then I'll be right back. So I'll cut back to you guys when I have the tools in here, and I'll show you the guys the size that they are. All right, guys. So I know I said that wrench combo, but I found something else out you guys can do. So when you guys take out the spring, if you lower the top hat, which is taking out the two 14 mils that sit right there, you can see where they sit right there. Right here, you see? Take those out and then lower that very back one. But you can't take it all the way out because the subframe, I mean, if you lower it down, you probably could, but I'm not going to do that. I'll probably just tighten all this back up. But if you lower it down enough, you're able to get a wrench with a socket in there. Let me turn this down for you guys. Wrench with a socket in there. And the size is a 19 in the back and an 18 bolt. But yeah, here, let me, it's moving it. These bolts are pretty tight, so I do recommend a breaker bar. But I did remove the front bolt right there. It is a 22 to get it out of there. I just attached it to my impact and able to zip that out, so I just gotta get crowbar and pop it out next. Alright, as y'all see, we have gotten the old one out. Like I said, it's real easy to get that back bolt out. And then for this front one, I just used, this is really a trim tool, but I just got this, kind of set it here. Got to prying it enough to where I can get this in, because I don't have an actual, I didn't bring my actual crowbar. I had to use just a trim tool, and it's kind of flimsy, and I didn't want to break it. Those are expensive, you know how much it is. But yeah, that's the old one out. That's what it looks like. So that's the old. This is our new. So actually sits like this. I mean, as you can tell, it does sit in quite a good ways. Oh, finally got that on. You might have to push this a little bit just to line it up a little better. This is also why it's important that after you put this on, you get an alignment. Because obviously alignment's gonna be thrown off. It's not gonna be the most perfect reinstall, because I mean, you're not gonna get this thing perfect to what they did at a machine shop, or that shop that built it did. What the hell? What? That's my luck. These washers just go into like the most random places. It's like they want to get lost. But yeah, as I was saying, you're not gonna get it as perfect a spec as a machine did in a factory. So don't stress it too much. It's not very hard, like I said, to put it back in. You guys just let me do it. Gotta get that back nut in still. But that's right here. You need to just slide it. It's a little bit of a tight fit with your hand. Not for the bolt at all, but just for your hand. It's kind of like, it's awkward and unpleasing, because that hold right there kind of cuts into your hand a little bit. Don't feel good, I'll tell you that. Don't feel good at all, I'll tell you that right now. Actually, you know what, I'm gonna put this in. Let me put this in. Alright, you guys, so this is what it's gonna look like when it's all done. Have these all tie in, have that back bolt tie in. But yeah, these are the new SPCs in the car. I do have to adjust it, obviously, like I said. Here's your new ABS bracket. It's tightened. I had to rotate it up. That other hole I used for that little like hook that's on there. I got the boot tightened back up right here. Got all three of those 14s tightened back up. So this side's all done and ready. Just gotta put the tire back on and then work on the other side, and I'll show you guys what the end result is. And another thing is, we did get a new sticker, meaning we got a new sticker to add to the car after I get this thing clean though, so you guys probably won't see too much of that, me putting the sticker on, but yeah, I'm putting add a new sticker on here. So yeah. Also, don't forget to tighten the top hat for your spring. Alright, you guys, that's gonna wrap it for today's video. You see, that's what the rear is looking like. Obviously, I'll have to change it when I get to the shop. Just camber it to match there or do more. I'll do a separate video on that if you guys want to see that. Make sure you guys leave a comment. I'm just cleaning the car now. It's a little later, I'm not gonna lie. Gotta get the car clean, get it looking nice and beautiful. Yeah, but if you guys like this video, make sure you guys like and subscribe to the channel and post those notifications to always so you get notified every time I have a new upload. Excuse me. But that being it, see you guys in the next one.